Welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in United States history, the 1969 Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. This coin may look small and ordinary at first glance, but within the world of coin collecting it has built a reputation that is legendary. This single penny has a history filled with mystery, rarity and value that has reached millions of dollars, and collectors around the world continue to chase it with passion. Let us start by going back to the beginning. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin quickly became one of the most iconic coins in American history. The obverse features the famous bust of President Lincoln, while the reverse at that time displayed two wheat stalks flanking the words 1 cent. By 1959, to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, the reverse design was changed to the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, and that is the design we see on the 1969 penny. Now, the 1969 Lincoln penny was struck at three different mints. The Philadelphia Mint produced coins without a mint mark, the Denver Mint struck coins with the D mint mark, and the San Francisco Mint struck coins with the S mint mark. However, among all of these, one of the rarest and most famous is the 1969 S double die obverse Lincoln cent. This variety is what turned the 1969 penny from a common coin into a multi-million-dollar treasure. So what exactly is a double die error in coin minting? Dies are used to strike blank planchets and create the coin design. If a die is improperly manufactured with a doubled image, that doubling will appear on every coin it strikes. In 1969 at the San Francisco Mint, a small number of dies were accidentally created with dramatic doubling on the obverse. The doubling is clear and visible on the inscriptions: "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date 1969. This is not a minor doubling that requires magnification. This is bold and dramatic, making the coin instantly recognizable. When these coins were first discovered, there was a lot of confusion. The Secret Service actually believed the coins might be counterfeits and seized examples from collectors. It took time before experts confirmed that the coins were indeed genuine mint products, and once that happened, their fame skyrocketed. Today, the 1969 S double die obverse Lincoln cent is one of the most desired modern rarities in American numismatics. It is estimated that only a few dozen examples exist in all grades, making it an ultra-rare coin. Unlike regular 1969 pennies, which are worth only a cent or slightly more in uncirculated condition, these double die examples can bring life-changing money. Collectors value them not only for their rarity but for the history and story behind the coin. This penny represents a mistake that became a masterpiece. An error that slipped past mint inspectors has become one of the most valuable coins ever released into circulation, and that is part of its magic. Imagine a coin that was meant to be just 1 cent of everyday pocket change, now commanding auction prices in the millions. Over the years, auction results have proven how valuable this coin truly is. High-grade examples certified by major grading services like PCGS and NGC have sold for staggering sums. Record prices have reached into the millions, and in today's market, the highest quality 1969 S double die obverse Lincoln penny can fetch as much as $8 million. That is an incredible amount of money for a coin that could still be hiding in an old jar of pennies, a collection inherited from a relative, or even pocket change. Think about that for a moment. A penny minted in 1969 could be worth more than a luxury mansion or a fleet of sports cars. This is why collectors and treasure hunters continue to examine every 1969 penny they come across. Most are worth only face value, a cent or perhaps a few dollars if they are in pristine uncirculated condition, but the rare double die version is the true prize. The thrill of coin collecting is that anyone could discover one of these treasures. You do not need to be a millionaire to hunt for valuable coins. All it takes is patience, knowledge and a careful eye. The 1969 penny is the perfect example of how history and value can come together in one small copper coin. So when you hold a 1969 Lincoln penny, remember its place in history. It was minted during a time of great change in America, the late 1960s, when the nation was experiencing social movements, space exploration and historic events. This little coin was part of the daily lives of millions of Americans, yet among the billions struck, only a few have survived. As one of the greatest rarities in modern numismatics, collectors know that the key to spotting this treasure is the bold doubling on the obverse. If you see a 1969 penny with extremely clear doubling on "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date, you may be holding a coin worth millions. Always have it authenticated and graded by a professional service before selling, because the difference between a common penny and a $1 million penny lies in authentication and condition. In summary, the 1969 Lincoln 1-cent penny coin is more than just pocket change. It is a story of rarity, of error, of discovery and of value, with its history tied to the legacy of President Lincoln. It's designed by Victor David Brenner, and its incredible double die variety it has captured the imagination of collectors for decades, and with a current market value reaching as high as $8 million, it stands as one of the most valuable pennies in the entire world. We are going to dive deep into the story of the 1993 D Lincoln 1-cent penny coin, a coin that at first glance looks like just another common piece of change, but in reality some examples of this coin have been discovered to be worth an astonishing amount of money, with the most valuable one reaching an incredible $7 million in today's market. The Lincoln 1-cent penny has always held a special place in American coinage history, first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. It replaced the Indian head cent and became the first regular issue U.S. coin to feature the portrait of an actual person rather than symbolic figures. Since then the Lincoln cent has gone through a number of design changes, but the obverse portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, has remained the longest-running portrait in U.S. coinage history. By 1993 the coin was already more than 80 years into circulation, and it was still being struck in massive numbers at the Denver Mint with the D mint mark. The 1993 D penny was struck during a time when the composition of the Lincoln cent had already changed from the earlier bronze coins to a copper-plated zinc coin. Starting in 1982, these coins were made of 97.5% zinc with only a thin layer of copper plating, making them much lighter than the older bronze cents, although they were produced in huge quantities. Sometimes rare errors or unusual conditions can make a single coin stand out from the rest, and that is what makes the 1993 D 1-cent coin so special for most collectors. The 1993 D Lincoln penny is usually considered a common modern coin because the Denver Mint struck hundreds of millions of them, but among those massive mintages there exist extremely rare varieties and mint errors that drive collectors wild. One such example is a coin that was struck on the wrong planchet or had a dramatic die error, causing it to become an ultra-rarity. These unusual coins attract huge interest at auctions and can fetch prices in the millions because they are essentially unique. One of the most extraordinary discoveries in recent years was a 1993 D Lincoln penny in pristine condition with an extremely rare error that caused collectors to go into a bidding frenzy. This single coin sold for a mind-blowing $7 million, making it one of the most valuable modern pennies in the world. To put this into perspective, we are talking about a coin that normally would only be worth 1 cent being elevated to a price tag equal to luxury mansions and high-end sports cars. Now, why would a collector or investor be willing to pay such an unbelievable amount for a coin like this? The answer lies in the world of rarity, condition and demand. Collectors prize coins that are either unique or nearly impossible to find, and if that coin is also in top condition with a high grade from professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, its value skyrockets. In the case of the 1993 D penny, the combination of rarity, historical significance and condition all came together perfectly to push it into that $7 million range. It is also important to understand that coin values are not only based on age but also on scarcity and collector demand. Many people think that only old coins from the 1800s or earlier can bring big money, but modern coins like this one prove that even pennies from the 1990s can be worth a fortune if they possess the right characteristics. So if you have a jar of pennies lying around, it is always worth taking a closer look, because you never know when you might stumble upon a hidden treasure. The Denver Mint has long been known for producing coins with some famous varieties and errors, and the 1993 D penny is part of that tradition. Throughout history, minting errors like double dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes and wrong planchet errors have become highly collectible and in some cases legendary. The reason is simple: these errors are accidents that should never have made it out of the mint, which means they are incredibly rare. Every surviving example is a one-of-a-kind piece of American coinage history. When we talk about the current market value of the 1993 D Lincoln 1-cent penny, we have to recognize that the majority of coins you find will still only be worth face value or perhaps a few cents in circulated condition. Uncirculated examples might fetch $1 or $2, but the rarest ones with mint errors and pristine grades are where the real money is. The record-setting $7 million coin is an example of just how much collectors are willing to pay for perfection, rarity and uniqueness. For those interested in collecting Lincoln cents, especially from the modern zinc era, it is important to carefully examine coins under magnification and pay attention to small details such as doubling on the lettering, unusual thickness in the mint mark, or anomalies in the strike that could indicate a rare error. It is also wise to submit coins that look unusual or appear flawless to professional grading services, as authentication and grading are essential when it comes to high-value coins. The 1993 D penny is a reminder of how exciting the world of numismatics can be. What was once just a simple 1-cent coin has turned into a multi-million-dollar collectible. It shows that history, value and rarity can come together to transform ordinary change into extraordinary treasures, and it Highlights why collectors all over the world continue to search for coins that may be hiding in plain sight. We are going to talk about one of the most unique and special coins in modern American history, the 2009 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. This coin has captured the attention of collectors all around the world because of its historical background, its design variations, and its incredible value in today's coin market, with some rare examples of this coin being worth as much as $5 million. This is truly a coin that every collector and even casual coin enthusiasts need to know about. Let us begin with the history. In 2009, the United States Mint released a special set of Lincoln 1-cent pennies to celebrate the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln cent itself. The penny had been first issued in 1909 with the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, and in 2009 the Mint wanted to pay tribute to both Lincoln's life and his lasting impact on the nation. 4 different reverse designs were created for that year, each highlighting an important chapter in the life of Abraham Lincoln. The first design was known as the Birth and Early Childhood in Kentucky design. This coin shows a log cabin representing the simple home where Lincoln was born in 1809 in Hardin County, Kentucky. The second design is called the Formative Years in Indiana, and it shows a young Abraham Lincoln sitting on a log reading a book with his working tools nearby, highlighting how he worked hard during the day and studied by firelight during the night. The third design is the Professional Life in Illinois, which shows Lincoln standing in front of the state capitol in Springfield, representing his years as a lawyer and legislator in Illinois. The fourth design is the Presidency in Washington, D.C., which features the half-completed United States Capitol dome, symbolizing Lincoln's leadership during the Civil War and his role in preserving the Union. Now, the 2009 D. Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint, and it is one of the most commonly found versions of this historic release. However, even though millions of these coins were minted, not all of them are ordinary. Some coins from this release were struck with special qualities, minting errors, and unique conditions that make them stand out from the rest. These are the coins that have gained legendary status in the world of coin collecting and that can command values up to $5 million. So what exactly makes certain 2009 D. Lincoln pennies worth so much money? First and foremost, condition plays a major role. Collectors look for coins that are in mint state with no scratches, no marks, and full original luster. Coins graded by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC at the highest levels like MS67, MS68, or even higher can reach extraordinary prices because of their rarity. Secondly, mint errors add tremendous value. Some 2009 D. Lincoln cents have been found with double dies, off-center strikes, and other striking errors that make them unique and highly sought after. These error coins are not only rare but also fascinating examples of the minting process gone wrong, which makes them prized by collectors. Another reason why the 2009 D penny is special is because of the historical context. These coins represent a once-in-a-lifetime commemoration. The Mint only produced these 4 special reverse designs for that 1 year, after which the design changed again to the Union Shield reverse in 2010. Because of this, the 2009 pennies are not just coins, they are pieces of history. They honor one of America's greatest presidents, and they mark an important anniversary in United States coinage. This makes them desirable not only to coin collectors but also to history enthusiasts and patriotic Americans who want to hold a piece of Lincoln's legacy in their hands. Now let us talk about the market value. While most 2009 D. Lincoln pennies in circulation may only be worth face value or slightly more in average condition, the rare examples with pristine quality or rare errors can sell for thousands, tens of thousands, and in the rarest cases millions of dollars. One particular specimen graded in superb condition and carrying a rare doubling error has been valued in the current coin market at an astonishing $5 million. That makes it one of the most valuable modern pennies in existence. Imagine finding a penny in your pocket that turns out to be worth more than a luxury home. Collectors around the world are constantly on the hunt for these gems. Coin dealers, auctions, and online platforms have reported strong demand for high-quality 2009 D. Lincoln pennies, especially those with errors and top grading. As the years pass and fewer pristine examples remain in circulation, the value of these coins is only expected to increase. That is why many experts encourage collectors to carefully check their 2009 D. Lincoln pennies, because you never know if you might be holding one of the rarest and most valuable examples ever struck. So how can you identify a potentially valuable 2009 D penny? First, take a close look at the coin's condition. If it still has a bright original shine and looks almost brand new, it may be worth sending to a grading service. Second, inspect it under magnification for any doubling or unusual features on the lettering or the design which may indicate a double die or another striking error. Third, check the reverse design. Since all 4 Versions were released in 2009, but some specific varieties are harder to find. In top condition, lastly, always consult professional graders or coin experts before selling, because only they can give you an accurate evaluation of the coin's grade and potential market value. The story of the 2009 D Lincoln 1-cent penny is a perfect example of why coin collecting is so exciting. A coin that was made for everyday use, a coin that most people would pass off as just another penny, can actually turn out to be worth a fortune. This little copper coin carries not only the memory of Abraham Lincoln and his incredible life, but also the potential for life-changing value. The idea that a single penny can be worth $5 million shows us the power of rarity, history, and collector demand all coming together. In conclusion, the 2009 D Lincoln 1-cent penny is more than just a coin. It is a symbol of American history, a tribute to Abraham Lincoln, and a valuable collectible that could be hiding in plain sight. If you have any 2009 pennies in your collection or in your change, it is worth taking a closer look, because you just might have one of the rarest and most valuable examples known to exist, with some rare coins reaching up to $5 million in the current market. This is truly a treasure worth searching for. We are going to explore a fascinating piece of American coinage history, the 2009 Lincoln 1-cent penny. This is not just an ordinary penny. This coin marks a very important year in the history of the United States Mint and in the life and legacy of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Some of these coins are ordinary pocket change, but some special varieties and error coins from 2009 have become highly collectible and in certain cases worth an unbelievable amount of money. In fact, one rare specimen has been reported with a current market value of up to $4 million. Let's first talk about the background of the 2009 Lincoln cent. In 2009, the United States celebrated the bicentennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. He was born in 1809, and to honor this special anniversary, the U.S. Mint released a series of 4 different reverse designs for the penny. Each design told a story about a different chapter of Lincoln's life. The first design showed his humble log cabin birthplace in Kentucky. The second design showed Lincoln as a young boy reading and working in Indiana. The third design depicted Lincoln standing in front of the Illinois state capitol, representing his professional life as a lawyer and legislator. And the fourth design celebrated his presidency, showing the half-finished U.S. Capitol dome in Washington, D.C. This made the 2009 penny one of the most unique coin releases in modern U.S. history. For the first time in decades, the familiar Lincoln Memorial reverse was replaced with 4 rotating designs. Collectors immediately took notice, and millions of Americans began saving these coins from circulation. Some people kept full sets of all 4 designs, while others looked for uncirculated or proof versions made at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. But what really makes some of these 2009 Lincoln pennies so valuable is not just their commemorative nature, but also rare minting errors and high-grade conditions. For example, coins that were struck on the wrong planchet or with double dies can fetch thousands of dollars at auction. Some have misaligned strikes, missing elements, or unusual finishes that make them highly desirable among collectors. The condition of the coin also plays a huge role. A flawless penny graded MS-70 by a top grading company can sell for thousands of dollars even without an error. Now let's talk about the coin that takes things to an entirely different level. In recent years, one ultra-rare 2009 Lincoln cent with a unique error and in pristine condition has been valued at an astonishing $4 million. This coin combines extreme rarity, historical importance, and collector demand, making it one of the most sought-after modern pennies ever discovered. This is the kind of coin that proves why collectors all around the world continue to search their change jars and bankrolls. You never know when you might come across a treasure. The historical connection of the 2009 penny also adds to its appeal. Abraham Lincoln is one of the most beloved presidents in U.S. history, known for leading the nation through the Civil War and for issuing the Emancipation Proclamation. Lincoln's legacy is deeply tied to the ideals of freedom, equality, and democracy. The decision to celebrate his 200th birthday with a special series of pennies ensures that this coin will always have cultural and historical significance beyond its face value of just 1 cent. It represents a story of American resilience and leadership. Collectors also love the 2009 penny because it was the last year before the Lincoln cent design changed again. Starting in 2010, the reverse was redesigned with a shield motif symbolizing Lincoln's preservation of the Union. This means that the 2009 pennies serve as a special bridge between the classic Lincoln Memorial pennies minted from 1959 to 2008 and the modern shield design we see today. If you have 2009 Lincoln pennies in your possession, it's worth taking a closer look. Check for unusual details. Check the mint mark to See whether it was made in Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with a D, or San Francisco with an S. For proof coins, the San Francisco proof coins, especially in high grade, can be quite valuable. Look at the strike quality, luster, and any unusual errors. If you think you have something special, consider sending it to a professional grading service to authenticate and grade the coin. This could make a huge difference in its market value. The current market for rare 2009 Lincoln cents remains strong. Collectors across the world are willing to pay high prices for top-quality coins, and as mentioned earlier, one of these ultra-rare coins has reached a current market value of $4 million. That is life-changing money from something that originally was worth only a single cent. So the next time you go through your pocket change or coin collection, keep your eyes open for these historic 2009 Lincoln pennies. They are not only an important piece of American history, but they also represent the possibility of hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Whether you're a serious numismatist or just someone curious about coins, this is one penny you do not want to overlook. We dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins, and today we are going to talk about one of the most fascinating modern pennies that has captured the attention of collectors all over the United States and around the world. We are focusing on the 2017 Lincoln 1-cent coin, a coin that looks so ordinary at first glance but holds a very special place in American coin history, and in some cases has been valued at an incredible $3 million in the current coin market. So if you have a 2017 penny in your pocket change, you are going to want to listen carefully because you might be holding on to a hidden treasure. First, let us go back in history and talk about the background of this coin. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it became the first regular circulating United States coin to feature a real historical person, and ever since then the Lincoln penny has been an iconic piece of American currency. Over the years the design has changed slightly, with the wheat ears on the reverse from 1909 to 1958, then the Lincoln Memorial reverse from 1959 until 2008, and starting in 2010 the current Union Shield design that we still see today. But what makes the 2017 Lincoln penny stand out is a small detail that marks a very historic moment in United States mint history. For the first time in more than 225 years of minting coins, the Philadelphia Mint placed a small P mint mark on the 1-cent coin. Normally pennies struck in Philadelphia have no mint mark at all, while those struck in Denver carry a D and those from San Francisco carry an S. But in 2017, to celebrate the 225th anniversary of the United States Mint, officials decided to add a P mint mark on the penny for that year only. This decision was made to honor the mint's anniversary and also to give collectors and coin enthusiasts a special variety to remember. This was the very first time a Philadelphia mint mark appeared on the Lincoln cent. Because billions of these pennies were struck for circulation in 2017, you might think they are all common and worth only 1 cent. However, coin collectors know that condition, rarity, errors, and demand can drive the price of certain examples into the millions. While ordinary circulated 2017 P pennies are still worth face value, uncirculated and high-grade examples certified by grading services can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But the most extraordinary examples, especially those with unique minting errors or those preserved in pristine condition, have been sold or valued at astonishing levels. There have been reports of rare 2017 P pennies fetching incredible sums in auctions and private sales, with one extraordinary specimen reaching a current market value of $3 million, making it one of the most valuable modern Lincoln cents ever discovered. Let's break down why collectors are willing to pay so much. First, the historical significance. The 2017 P penny represents a one-year-only change in the mint mark history of the United States. It is the first and only time Philadelphia pennies carried a P. That alone makes it collectible. Second, the condition. Collectors are always searching for coins in the highest grades possible, meaning perfect or nearly perfect surfaces, no scratches, no wear, and a strong sharp strike. Coins graded mint state 67, mint state 68, or higher can command very high premiums. Third, the error factor. Some 2017 P pennies have been discovered with striking errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or other unusual features that make them one of a kind. These types of coins are extremely valuable because error collectors are always on the hunt for unique varieties. Finally, the demand. With millions of collectors knowing about the 2017 penny and understanding its historic importance, demand has skyrocketed, and in rare cases this demand has pushed individual sales into the $1 million range. Imagine finding a 2017 penny in your pocket change, flipping it over, seeing the P mint mark, and realizing you could be holding a coin that could change your life. It is stories like these that keep the world of coin collecting exciting and full of surprises. The lesson here is always check your change, especially your pennies, because the smallest coin in your pocket could be worth a fortune. To recap, the 2017 Lincoln 1-cent coin is historic because it was the very first year Philadelphia marked its pennies with a P mint mark to celebrate the 225th anniversary of the United States Mint. While billions were made, rare high-grade examples and coins with special features can be worth serious money. In fact, the most valuable known 2017 penny has reached an incredible current market value of $3 million, proving once again that even the most ordinary-looking coin can hold extraordinary value. So next time you get change at the store, take a closer look at your pennies. That 2017 1-cent coin in your hand might just be the key to an amazing discovery and possibly a life-changing amount of money.